Darren Rovell from Collect TV here with Ken Goldin, the founder and CEO of Goldin, on occasion of today on Netflix, the King of Collectibles season number 3. Ken, what's the ride been like through Netflix and this show?
Look, it's been incredible since I was approached with the idea in 2021 of doing a show, to putting out the first season and finding out how many people watched it, to getting renewed, and then twice. It's, what's gratifying to me is all the people that rediscovered the hobby as a result of the show, all of the people that go up to me in person and, including their wives, say, "Thank you. I now understand what my boyfriend does. I now understand what my husband does." Moms, okay, my son is not pissing away his money, and it's I enjoy doing it. I enjoy that it's out there, and I hope to do it for another 10 seasons.
Now, I assume there's a split side of this. People who consign things or want to consign things. Sometimes you have to be like, the burden of how much bigger it has to get over the years, right? Like now, it's like there's some things that just maybe not pass the Goldin 100 test or show quality.
Oh yeah, I mean, most items don't pass the Goldin 100 test, and the show quality is, and you taught me this in 2012, way before the Netflix show. It's not always the most expensive item, it's the item with the best story. So the great thing about Goldin is that we literally will look at over 5,000 items a week. So we're never gonna run out of content. And we have a team, myself included, Asa, Dave Araman, a couple others, that we comb through the items that we get in each week and say, "Oh, this will be good for the show. This will be good for the show." So we have a great variety of higher end, lower end, great story items. And the amazing thing about this show is everything you see in the show is an item that passed through our hands.
You mentioned it, but what has this done for the hobby, do you think?
Oh, I think it's dramatically grown the hobby. I think that anytime you get a high-profile event, it brings more attention to the hobby, like a big sale. You can't get more high-profile than a top 10 show worldwide on Netflix that's on collecting, primarily sports collecting. So I think it's been tremendous, and I know a lot of hobby shops. I went to, I saw Rob from Burbank, and I saw a guy from, I was in King of Collectibles, bought a couple boxes to break at the preview, and they're saying so many people come to the store and say they were watching that Netflix show, and they decided to go to the local card store. So I think it's great for the entire ecosystem.
I guess the interesting thing for me is just how there are so many people who are just interested in this hobby now. Do you think, it seems like we're a little bit more obsessed with money than ever before, right? Like, we are in capitalistic America, but money is driving. We're like in this degenerate economy, I always say.
Yep.
So like, my son knows, my 11-year-old son, when he sees something, it's $1 million card. Yeah. Like, I don't know if back in the day, the numbers drove the eyeballs so much, but it seems like because there are so many $1 million sales that collectibles are almost unavoidable.
Yeah, I think to a degree that's true. I mean, look, you got to remember when I was a little kid and Mickey Mantle rookies in high grade were a teenager were selling at $1,500, and then when somebody paid $3,000 at the Willow Grove show.
You're crazy.
And
you're so
it's
crazy.
It's a bubble.
Yeah.
So it's always
and they went down in the late 80s.
Yeah.
They went down.
I mean, I've seen multiple ups and downs, but getting to the point when you have something that sells for $1 million that was manufactured in the past 12 months, when you have something that sells for over $10 million that was manufactured in the past 20 years, people have to look and say, what the hell is going on? So it does attract interest. The numbers get the media. The numbers get the alternate asset class funds looking, hey, what should we do in this industry? And it certainly attracts attention. The great thing about what's going on right now is in 2021, I thought everybody was out of their friggin' mind. Stuff that should not have been selling at prices.
They're just at home. They just want to get a package. They're not seeing anyone. This is all froth.
Yeah, I mean, and like, look, an 87 Tops wax box for $250 on eBay. I mean, you know, and some of these cards. Now I look at it, the stuff that I'm gonna apologize if I use this. To me, I'm not even gonna use
was garbage.
Okay, fine, you used it. That is priced like it. Is priced like it, and you and I may think, wow, I can't believe that went for that much money, or that may have gone for too much. However,
it's more now.
It's not only is maybe it more now, but it's quality. I can see why somebody wants that item, no matter what that item is, whether it's an exquisite card, whether it's a jersey, whether it's a debut patch, whether it's a vintage card, whether it's a comic book, whatever it is that are going for high prices, it's because they're the best of the best, and people who want that will pay for it.
You mentioned hedge funds, VCs looking at this. I assume, especially from and I heard your live, I assume that the question you always get from the higher end people are, is this real? Like, Ken, is this real? What should we believe? Can it possibly go higher? And obviously, if the answer is you're hearing from, the funds making big $100 million investments, then it has to be real.
Yeah. So I mean, the great thing, look, our AI is great. The Netflix show is great for me. If somebody wants to go to ChatGPT and type in who is the most well-known person in the collectible industry or who is the most knowledgeable, it spits out my name. So if you're a tech guy, or if you're, running a group of funds, or if you are a hobbyist on the side who happens to work at a hedge fund and are looking at this, I'm literally the first person these people would call.
So you've gotten these calls?
I've gotten these calls, yes.
Yeah. Let's talk about the show a little bit.
Yep.
We always talk about, and we just talked about the best story. One of the best stories is the Cheetahzard.
Yep.
When I saw it, I knew of the history. Well, listen, I reported the Luis Gonzalez gum story in 2002.
Yes, you did.
So, right, and it kind of is we've seen things shaped as food, Cheetos shaped as, and I thought it was going to go for tens of thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
I do think the fact that it was on Goldin changed it a little bit. I know eBay is your owner, but if it was just on eBay, some of the time that goes out of control and it's not a real sale.
Correct.
The fact that it was on Goldin,
like the Walmart apron.
correct. Yeah. So the fact that the Goldin, it was on Goldin, meant that this thing was really going to sell. What shocked you about the Cheetahzard? Or did you just know that someone was going to buy it and it was half for it's cool, but it was also for publicity's sake?
Look, my initial thought, honestly,
this is stupid.
Yes, that was my initial thought. I did think that. I'm like, somebody, could have eaten this.
Right.
Dave had a lot of confidence in it. The content department had a lot of confidence in it, and then when I saw the names of people who wanted to buy it, I saw, wow, this is interesting. And then when I saw, was told about one individual who wanted to buy it and was, very famous and, has bought food collectibles before, I said, wow, this, this can be expensive because this guy,
has money.
Yeah, this guy has money. And the price, was $87,000 is remarkable.
The difference between season 1, 2, and season 3 is probably this is more collector based in terms of that if you are a collector, there's not a lot of rolling of the eyes for things that, listen, we're a hard group, right?
You are.
So this is more hardcore collector. Do you think that's true?
I agree. One change is this is the first season I'm an executive producer, which means I have more control and more say, and I'm able to do more of the show and show more of the items that I know people are interested in. So yes, I love season 1, I love season 2, but I think this season 3 is in a class by itself in terms of the quality of the items, in terms of the stories, in terms of the guests, but also if you are, it doesn't matter if you're a game used collector or if you're a card collector or a Pokemon collector, you're going to say, wow, this is what I've been waiting for. I really love this. This really gets the hobby.
I'm going to go to the Honus Wagner because the card's gone up and up. We say that for a long time we've said there's been roughly 60, but the fresh to the market really doesn't happen. And anytime it's fresh to the market, the first thing you say is it's fake. I mean, how the hell could we have not seen this? Doesn't everyone who have known, they know about it, wouldn't they have found it? So I want people to watch the show, but give me the version of the Shields family and how this happened.
Sure. So I have 100% of the time, since literally early 2000s when grading was popular, 100% of the time, somebody has sent me a picture.
That's fake.
Of an ungraded Wagner. It's fake. I just tell people
I agree.
It's fake.
I'm
It's
the
fake.
same way. Yeah.
So we received, because of the Netflix show and because of my scene with Stephen Lichtman,
Yes,
where
you were negotiating. With
yes,
him
negotiating, and I dropped
on his
the cash.
patio.
Yes, and I dropped the cash on his desk.
And he said
in
no.
Season 2, yes. Because of that, I received a call, and they claimed to have not only an authentic Wagner, but an extensive collection. And I said, well, you might have a collection, but the Wagner's fake. Without seeing it. And then I got a picture. And the picture I got was not initially of the Wagner. It was of a framed group of cards. And in that frame was only Pittsburgh Pirates.
Right. So a person who got a fake one would be with other T206s. So it's strange that it was with other Pittsburgh Pirates. No one would. You've never seen something like that.
I've never seen it, and then I zoomed into it, and I'm like, holy shit, that's good. And then like I knew it was good. I didn't have to see it in person, and I knew it was good. And what was amazing. This has never happened to us during the 3 seasons. What was amazing is this happened during the span that we were filming the show. So when I go to California and I sit with the brothers, that was actually the first time I ever saw this stuff in person.
It wasn't like all set up and because it came at the exact. That's great.
And it was a 2.5 hour. I was not interrupted, and whatever you see in the show is obviously what they edited down to make it look. But it's in a nutshell, brothers in their 80s, their grandfather, who was probably 11 or 12 back in 1909. Was a big collector of everything, and
somehow, hopefully, he wasn't smoking the Piedmont cigarettes himself, or the sweet corporal.
Sweet corporal. Yeah. And this is to my knowledge, the only existing lineal ownership of a T206 Wagner, because it's never left the family. Their grandfather, who, again, born late 1800s, bought a cigarette pack, opened it up, pulled out a Wagner.
Yeah, that's wild.
And it never left the family's possession. And nobody knew about it. It's like, that's why it was like the greatest secret in the hobby.
So here's the question. Does it being on, we know the grade?
Yes, we know the grade.
Is the grade on the show?
The grade is on the show, but it's in a different episode, so I'll leave that out.
Okay, let's leave it out because people have to watch. Does the fact that it comes from the show, people might watch the show, I'm not saying it makes it more valuable, but do you think there might be someone who's watching who didn't know the Wagner story, or now that it's fresh to market, like what does the show do, if anything? Be honest with me here. Sure. Is it just a great new story, or is there actually some value here?
If you want to talk about value, what the show brings to items, all you got to do is look at the Boba Fett. When we like a year before the show came out.
Right,
I think the record was like 300,000 or something like that, and we sold that for 1.4 million.
That's the firing one that was taken out because it was unsafe
the
for
rocket
children.
One, yes. And I think what the show does is you don't know when you have millions and millions and millions of people that are watching something. You don't know how many of them are centimillionaires, how many of them are billionaires, how many of them.
There's more money in America now than ever before.
Exactly. It's like when I sold the first Wagner way back in 2013. The individual who bought it didn't own another card. He said he told me he met me in New York on Wall Street actually after I did a CNBC appearance, and he wanted to see the card.
Probably with me.
Huh? Probably with you in 2013. And he said, "Okay, I'll register." And I asked him, "What you a big collector?" He goes, "No." He goes, "My son read a book in school, Honus and Me, and I thought it'd be cool to get him the card."
Oh my God! Oh God! That's crazy. That's crazy.
But I do think, look, anytime you have anything is fresh to market, it's never been graded before, never been sold before, never been seen before.
It was in the freaking frame.
Yes.
In what? Oh God, it's crazy.
Yes, it's people have to see it. I personally think when everyone watches it, it's going to set off a gold rush of people going to their grandparents, great grandparents' stuff.
So what? Right. So what's your favorite part of the show? Watching it and hearing the kudos, or the aftermath of everything that rushes in the days and weeks after?
Oh, well, look, we obviously, what always happens is we get a big spike in, the web traffic goes crazy. We get a ton of new users, new registered users, registered bidders, and
consigners.
We get offered a ton. Initially, after the show, a lot of what we get offered is not great quality.
Right.
Is anything.
Right.
However,
which you still auction off.
Yeah, of course. Well, some of it, yeah. Right. But look, we want every single email, we want every single response. But the best stuff is like when people get something really, really good, really special. They say, okay, and it's like it's me. You're the king.
I'll give it to you.
You're the best. You're only getting this baseball, like Ohtani's third home run ball, where the day the guy got it, he said, "Oh, you're the only one I'm going to be doing business with." Now, of course, it took 2 months to get it done, but that's the same reason with the 50-50 ball. That's how we got that. That's how we got the famous Wemby jersey. Literally, the guy got the jersey on the court in the swap with Wemby, and then
thought right away to go to you.
Yes, exactly. So that's what the show does.
Well, Ken, it's good to sit with you, the king. You are the king of collectibles.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Good luck, and I think the show is another great season, season 3, available now on Netflix.